Just to all right, so we are in week number 11 and we are working on, or we are getting started on Tableau software today. So Tableau is a tool to use to analyze data. Mainly you can visualize data. What you cannot do in Excel, you can do it in Tableau. Our goal is to learn Excel, not to just learn how to do things on Excel, but to learn data analysis. But to do data analysis, you should also know how to use a tool. It goes together. You cannot just know, I know how to analyze a lot of data, but I don't know how to use the tools. You know, you just knew theory. So you know both things at the same time. So if you know how to use a certain tool, you should know how you can use it effectively. You can only know just by using it or practicing it. So you learned a lot using Tableau, but now we have to go a little bit higher. We have learned a lot using Excel, but now it's time for Tableau. So click on this link. Once you go to this link, you will land onto this page. Once you're on this page, click free academic license, fill out all your information here, your legal name, your school email, date of birth, your language, your country, your information, your school information, and the month and the year you are graduating. So once you submit this, you will get an email. You may get a verification email. Maybe some of you will get it. They will ask you to submit some more documents. You can submit any of your proof that you are a student, anything which proves that you are an active student this semester. Maybe you just passed through it. They will not ask you. It's random. Once you submit this, you will get an email that this is your Tableau license key, and you can download Tableau from this link. So how many of you have got an email? Okay, so download the Tableau desktop. There are two or three things in the email. One of them is maybe Tableau Prep. Maybe there's a Tableau Online. Is there an option for Tableau Online? Let's say Tableau Desktop, Tableau Prep. Yeah. So download Tableau Desktop. It will start downloading, or it will ask you to again put more information about yourself, your school email again, your company school. Just put UWEC and let it start. Let it download the software on your computer. It will download a 14-day trial, but once you get started, you can use the email, the key you got in the email, and you can activate it for 1 year. And this will be good for a year. If you ever get out of it, you can always email Tableau and tell them you're still a student, you will get 1 more year. 1 more year of free Tableau. Yes. Where did you go to that? You have done it. You feel about this one. Have you done it once? Yes, I did. Did you download the software? Okay. It doesn't give you any does. How about this one? Didn't give you any software. Just do it and then download it. Or did you download anything? Yes. Yeah, company just put anything. Just put anything in company size. Yeah, department, anything. Doesn't matter. We need the software in the end. Put any state. Put any number. Yeah, so just put anything, we need the software. That's the goal. If you want to put your, that's, I'm fine, it's good. If you want to put University of Wisconsin Eau Claire as a company, or that's fine, just put it. They're just trying to collect data at this stage, but it's not, it's downloading now. Once it's downloaded, you have to also install it. So install the software once it's downloaded. Yeah. What does, so do you have anything you can do? So public, let's say that it's your name. How about you include camps, download application? Then you can download something from there, right? Yeah, this can work. Yeah, that's cool. This file, this would be the test. And yeah, this would be included that you are an actor. Maybe some time, this works pretty promising. Big type of and problems there. I think it's a good effect. That's it. Did you get the email? Okay. Anyone who has all set, but the Tableau, you just got the Tableau installed. Got it? Got it installed. Okay. Is it really taking a long time, like really heavy software? Yeah. Download. I'll go ahead and install it.
Yeah, I push, start trying creature. Oh, that's something you don't have. That's the- Oh, it's not the key in electric. Sick. What's your?
Yeah, so once you log in, once you have downloaded, it will again ask you for your information, like your name, email, registration for, like, it will ask you for a company. Just put UWEC or anything, doesn't matter. We have to register the product with a company. Once you have downloaded the software, you can also download the data file I put in there. There's the data file. If you can look into. So once you're done with downloading and installing the software, you should download this sample Superstore XLS file. It's an Excel file. I would say open this Excel file once you've downloaded. Open this Excel file and look what's inside. How does it look like? Check all the column names, how many worksheets are there. Yeah, got your email. Very good. Very good. Just see what kind of columns are there, how many columns are there, how many observations are there. Try to just look at the data. So how many worksheets are there? How many worksheets are there? 3, 2, 3, okay. And how many columns are there? Oh, that's the rows. That's the rows. 9,000 rows are there. And number of columns. Twenty-one. So this is our data. The first and each column has a header, has a title, a field name. Each column has its own field name. All right, and then there is 9,995 rows. And there's another table, another column, another worksheet called people. There's orders, there's people's, return. So 3 worksheets altogether. So this is the data from an online website, which runs Online Superstore. And this is the data from their orders, from online orders. Each order, each row is one order here. This is orders table or orders worksheet. Each row is one order created on the website. It has an order ID, it has a date, the ship date, the shipping method, customer ID. So each row represents one order. All right, we can close this for now and move on to Tableau. So my Tableau may look a little bit different because this is an older version of Tableau, but overall it has the same functionality. So this is Tableau. Tableau is a very powerful tool and it has become very famous during pandemic. Pandemic made this tool really famous. Everyone was using Tableau in pandemic. All the dashboards you see for number of cases, number of deaths, hospitalizations, different stuff, they were created, the dashboards were created on Tableau. Our goal is to get some understanding of Tableau. My job is to give you some basics of Tableau so that you know how to use Tableau. And if you want to learn more, you can learn more. Tableau is like a whole field. You can make your career just out of this software. If you don't do anything, just learn this software, that would be a great career too. There are real jobs out there just on just using Tableau. And I had students who have taken my course and then took some certifications on Tableau. They start from $100 and they go up to $5,000. $100 is the basic one. You just show that you know Tableau. After this course, you can pretty much pass the first one, $100 one. And once you pass it, you can actually show employer that I really know Tableau. And that's just a proof that you know Tableau. If you spend that $100, you can prove it. Yeah, I know Tableau. I've passed this. And there are real jobs, you know. Maybe not in Eau Claire. So this is indeed, this is like one of the, so maybe this is Altoona. Maybe they are looking for, still they have used some with Tableau. I'm just saying there are so many opportunities with this software. So for example, this job, investment operation and analyst, it needs 5 years of experience. Yeah, I know, but they need Tableau. Data warehouse developer, they would need Tableau too. Somewhere they must have mentioned Tableau. On-site analyst. So ideal candidate must have communication, organization, analytical skills, and experience in data analysis using tools such as Tableau and Excel. You guys are all ideal candidates for this job, actually. After this course, you can on-site analyst kind of job is pretty basic for you. If you go with the right mindset, you can get this job pretty much easily. Yeah, so there are a lot of jobs out there. So they just need bachelor's in analytics or business, 1-2 year experience, and some experience with Tableau software. It's a pretty, and I have a friend who just learned Tableau. Actually, he makes a lot of good money, like 150 his salary is. Just he knows Tableau, nothing else. He couldn't pass the college. And he just works on Tableau. He just learned one software and that's how he likes it. All right, coming back to Tableau. So this is our Tableau when we open. What's on the left side is showing how you can connect data to Tableau server. There are a lot of different ways you can import data. There is no data inside the software. You have to import data and then analyze data. Excel is one way, text file is another way, JSON file is another way. Excel, you can bring in PDF, Excel, and many different stuff. You can also connect with servers. So in companies, if you work, there's usually a data coming from a database. It usually just get connected on the Tableau. So a developer will connect your Tableau to a database, like MySQL is a common database. If they use some other data, like Oracle, they will connect with Oracle data or some other. Salesforce, if you're in marketing analytics, they will just connect your data with Salesforce and you can see all the data in Tableau. It's coming every day, every hour, getting updated. So it gives you pretty seamless integration. What our job is, we will import some data. I have a data file, the one which is here. You must download this data file. and keep it in a folder where you keep all your stuff. Then go to Microsoft Excel. Then go to your file, locate your file, open your file. It will populate the data. It will bring in the data. So how many of you have got Tableau installed and working? Just raise your hand. 3. Okay, there are 2, 3. Have you got it?
It keeps giving me the error.
Still you open errors.
Yeah, that's my.
You put everything on it. Okay. Just show me the error when it comes. There are 2 files.
Yeah, it keeps giving me that error.
One or more should. What was it? Yeah, and what's the other one? Okay, the 2, but they both give me error.
Yeah, it gives me the same thing. And I tried going through the link again and it's still giving me the error.
Just give me, can you show me this? Yeah. Yeah. So you were downloading Tableau Excel.
Yeah,
Tableau Excel, yeah. How about you try Tableau Cloud? Google it. Tableau Cloud. And it will give you a 1 month at least free, just for one. Cloud, it's the same thing, just. Got it? Good. Good. Sorry? What? You have to open the email here. And you have to open your email here on the computer. Then yeah, it's here. This one. Okay, let's move forward. So go to Excel, Microsoft Excel. Go to Microsoft Excel, yep. And then have you downloaded the Excel file? Yep. Yep. So find this file, locate this file. It must be in your downloads. Okay, this one. Good.
Is it on?
First download it. This week, like down. And all right, so let's get started. Let's use it. So those 3 tables or those 3 worksheets are here: orders, people, return. Those are the 3 worksheets in the Excel file. And this is just showing that these are the name ranges. We have talked about name ranges. Don't worry about it. I will say drag and drop orders table. Orders worksheet or table is the same thing. Orders table, orders worksheet. So drag and drop orders table. When I drag and drop orders table, it shows me here in this section all the field names and their physical table or their column names. And on this side, so this is one side, and on this side, it shows me a snapshot of the data. It just shows me first 100 rows of the actual data. Okay. What it shows here is a brief snapshot of your data. First column was row ID, second column was order ID. Now, order ID is the primary key of this table. You know primary key? Primary key is a unique ID, a unique item. If I select this one, I will get only one item back. All the rows will be gone. If I filter this table on one of the values, I will get only one. This cannot be a primary key. This cannot be a primary key. Anything else cannot be a primary key. Only this one. It brings me a unique element back. So order ID is probably a primary key here. Every order has a unique ID. Now, what does this means? Tableau give a type to each field. Each field has a type. This is a string. We have talked about string some time ago, like alphabets or anything which cannot be computed is a string. So this is, Tableau just said this is the type of this column is a string. The type of this column is a date. We can also change it. If you think Tableau just made a mistake, this is not a date, we can change it. For example, here, this is an order ID. And if I change this from number to a string, it can actually change. We can change. Sometimes Tableau imports data and it makes a mistake that it thinks this is a string, but it's actually not a string, or it thinks it's a number, but it's not. I will put this back a whole number. Just so there's a order date, ship date. This is also a date column. This is a string. This is a string. This is a string. This is a location column, and it's called string, but it's basically a country. It's a location. So this is a small globe. If you notice, this is a globe. So this globe denotes a region, a country, location in Tableau. Moving on, this is also a globe. Globe means this is a string, but a location-based string. So basically, this is a zip code. It's a number, a string, but we will not count it as a number. Zip codes are numbers, but we will not count it as a number. We will count it as a string. And within string, we will say this is a zip code. I will actually make this a string. This is much better, a zip code. All right. Moving on, we have in the end numbers. So this one, our hash symbol is a number. In Tableau, this pineapple symbol is a number. This shows that this column has numbers and you can perform computation. One thing you should notice, this is all, there's a difference between blue and green. So do you guys see this is blue, 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 blue? And then this is green. These symbols are green. So blue, maybe note down, blue equal dimensions. So dimensions are like categories. So there are two things in Tableau: blue or green. This, I really cannot distinguish between blue and green sometimes. My daughter does that for me. So this is blue. Okay, this is blue then. Okay, and the green is called measure in Tableau. Measure. It's basically numeric. So whenever you see any field being blue color field, you say, okay, I cannot add this field because it's a dimension, it's a category, like country. That would be a blue. That column would be blue. Like north, south, east, west, any kind of a category would be blue. But any kind of a number would be green. Green means safe. Just remember, green is safe. Blue is okay, but you cannot add them. So numbers are safe. So this is one thing you should just keep back in mind, and this will help you understand many things here. So let's click on sheet number one. Sheet number one is the place where we will build something, where we create something, where we will have where we can have, where we can create visualization, where we can view the data. So all the green fields are here. The green fields are together. Then there's a small line. There's a very thin, tiny line. Maybe you guys can observe there's a tiny line here which separates blue one with the green ones. And the green ones are the bottom is the numbers. How about we start? And we need most of the time two things to analyze. For example, I want to analyze my product category. So there are category, double click on it. Just double click on it. Double click on it, it just goes there. Then double click on sales. I double click on sales, it went here. Didn't do anything. It just created a small chart here. We have three categories in our data: furniture, office supplies, technology. What Tableau did, Tableau aggregated all those categories for me. For all the cells, 9,000 cells, it just added all of them into these three categories. All of you are here. Okay, you double click this one, double click the sales. It looks like this. Now, this side is called show me. Show me gives you some hints. What's the best way to view this data? And right now it has highlighted this one, right one. Click on this one, recommended chart. So this is the recommended from Tableau. Okay, so it changes the same data from numbers to bars. This is bar chart. We were here. This was just a table, aggregated table, and we came here. Okay. We have here top columns and rows. In the rows, we have categories. So this is a row. This is a row. This is a row. The categories came in the rows, and columns are like this, vertical. Vertical is the column. Maybe you can see there's a light, very light shades of columns. Maybe you cannot see, but in your computer, you should be able to see there are actually columns. So these values, the sale values, are actually representing in columns. We can also flip these rows and columns from this one. Swap rows and columns. So swap rows and columns, it becomes like this. Okay. How about we sort the data? So this is the sorting option. Do you see this one, these two? Like this, like this. It just gets sorted. You can just sort from top to the lowest. Ascending, descending sort. We can also make our charts a little bit bigger, maybe just this much. Getting this? Are we okay? Now, we have seen that. How about there's another category called subcategory. There was a category, and within categories, there are subcategories. How about if I hold this and bring it at the top in front of the categories? Like hold subcategory and drop it in the front of the category. What happens? Categories are broken down into subcategories. We had only three categories, and then they were broken down into subcategories, which are everyone has more stuff in it. For example, technology has accessories, copiers, machines, telephones. If I ask you which subcategory has the highest sales, you can pretty much sort it. This is 330,000, this is 328,000. So probably phones within technology has the most sales. What will happen? What will happen? We're just looking at the sales, like what will happen if we bring in the profit? Can it handle? It does like this. I just bring in profit. So one of the sales, one of the categories here, the furniture tables has actually a loss, not a profit. And phones, I think phones are pretty good sales, but actually the most profitable one is the copier. We are making more money, we are selling more, yeah, we are selling more in sales, yeah, we have more sales in phones, but actually it's the copier. So technically, copier is the most profitable one. Profit is coming from there. We sell more phones, but it's not profitable. It is profitable, of course, but not as compared to copiers. Because you sell maybe less once a month, but it's more profitable. All right, so let's take a look at show me. Does show me something new? The show me recommends me show something different. It says this is the recommended chart. Let's try it. What happened? This looks like sales are at the rows. Oh, the sales are at the columns. And these two things, categories and subcategories, actually went there. It's just a different way to put the data. What it shows here that categories are either a box or a circle or a triangle. So we have three things here. We have a box, we have a circle, and we have this plus symbol. And then within there, the colors actually separate subcategories. That can be one way. This is a graph between profit and sales. I just want to go back one step. You can go back from here. How about this graph? I just want to see how this one behaves. This one looks weird. Or maybe it looks okay. How about we create something? Okay, this one we just checked. Okay, this one looks like this. How about this one? I think this one is a good graph for our case. We are analyzing sales and profit together in lots of different categories and subcategories. And I think this one is the best graph. Why? Because it tells me for each one, for example, furniture, let me sort this. So it tells me for each one, how I'm making sales as compared to the profit. For example, I'm making so much sales here, but so little profit. Here, I feel there's a much more profit. And here we have so much sales, but actually the profit is very negative. Here we have tremendous sales, like we sell so many tables, but actually our profit is negative. How about we keep this graph as is or give a name? Go to sheet number 1, right click, rename it, and say sales and profit categories. And we will just leave this here. This is our title. What we typed here just came up here. We can also edit this. All right, I have a one title here up here. That's our one visualization. We just created a data, we visualized it, we saw our sales and profits, and we came to this that there are some areas, something we sell which are we sell a lot, but we don't make profit. And some areas we don't sell a lot, we make good profits. There are some areas which we sell too much, but we're actually losing money. We should think about it, why. So let's keep this. Go on to another worksheet. So click on the next worksheet. It will create sheet number 2. Now you may have some basic understanding of Tableau, how things work here. I want you to understand this section, marks. Marks is very useful in making your chart beautiful or making it more easier to view. For example, I want to see which country before going into country, how about I tell you we can create hierarchies in Tableau. For example, you take this state, take this state and drop it on a country. Take the state and drop it on the country region. It will ask you to create hierarchy. I will give a name, location, because I'm trying to create, because I know states are within a country and cities would be within a state and zip codes would be within a city. So at the top is country, state, city, zip code. So what I did, I just hold state and dropped on the country. And then this thing opens up, I gave a name, location. Now what happens? I have country, state. How about I bring in city and drop it underneath the state? I'm just cleaning my columns. I'm just managing my columns. City. And then is there a zip code? Postal code? I will drop it under the city. Is there a zip code? That's it. Region. Region. What is in region? Oh, center, east, west, north, south. I think that's okay. All right, any problem with this step? What we created here, location? No? You guys can create that location, how we had it? Let's double click on country. Double click on quantity. What is this dot shows here? This dot just shows that your data is coming from US and nothing else right now. All your data is coming from one country, probably just one. How about we go to show me? Show me showing actually you have the perfect graph. Maybe we have. How about, do you see this plus symbol? This will just dig deeper. If you click on this plus symbol, it goes to the state level. And now it shows that from where did you get your orders? So this is from the orders, and the size of this ball is like how much quantity you got. The size of the blue is how much quantity you got. If I dig deeper, it goes to the city level. How about I change? This is okay. Country, state, city. Instead of this, I'll change to this one. This even looks much weird. How about I close it? Yeah. Okay. Let's keep it to a state level. Can you guys do that? Play around, play around. Keep it to the state level. Good. Got it. Probably it's a setting in the show me area, even on the online version. Yeah, that's good. How much time it gave you, like 14 days of
It's 14 days.
just 14 days?
Yeah.
Then we have to figure out what's wrong with it. It's something we know. Sometime, what's the date today? Maybe you're, I think it will not be good. You wouldn't have enough time. If you email them, they can extend it more a month. Like if you email Tableau support, you can do it. We'll talk about it. All right, if your chart looks like this, you may have this kind of a setting: longitude, latitude, city, country, state, and quantity. Now, the color shows the quantity. The blue, the more darker it is, the more bluish it is, the bigger quantity it is. That state has ordered more quantity. Now, how does the marks work? Marks has colors, size, label, details, tooltip. If you drop anything on any of this thing, it will take that variable data. For example, state, we are until the state level. Hold the state and drop it on the label. Label. It took the state names. Okay, if you hold the state and you drop it on the label, it will take the state names. How about if you take this quantity and drop it on the label, what will happen? Right now, we can see quantity in terms of the colors. What will happen if I take this quantity and drop it on the label? Try it. It will take the quantity of that state as a label. Okay. Does it make sense how marks section work? Now we covered label. Label, this is anything I will drop it. For example, I don't care about quantity, I will care about sales too. I'll hold the sales and drop it on the label. This is a sales number. Also, the sales number are also shown. Make sense or no? Nothing? It will slowly. I think I'll just stop it here. Just give a name to this worksheet. I want to give a name like sales and quantity by state. So we just broke it down in states. And save your work. So save your work. You can give a name, Superstore lecture 1. So just save your work. We will work on it next time. So we'll spend some few weeks on Tableau so that you understand Tableau pretty well. So there's nothing due for Tableau this week. I think I have just one thing. I think I didn't mention here. So there's a small attendance point attached to it. It's like a participation point. You just have to take a picture of your Tableau and drop it in this one. This would be due this Sunday. And I will actually do the attendance too. Maybe, yeah. Screenshot your current work. It won't be just there. The screenshot. Screenshot open Tableau and you have some data in it. All right, so I will, so this is it, this week, just work on your Excel project. Number 8, I know it's a little lengthy one, it may need some time. So take your time and then just install this Tableau software. Try to spend some time on Tableau, work on it, try to understand it, watch some videos online, and you will be good. We will work more on Tableau next week.